What up, party people? So, I'm on this journey, being fit, getting rid of the dad bod. Get in there. Ooh, easy, right? Anyways, when looking into getting fit, there is so much conflicted information. It's crazy. So many different crazy fad diets. And one I came across is actually from someone I follow whose channel I'm going to put in the description because they discovered it too. And give this person's give their channel a look, because this guy has some really cool information. He's on a similar journey, and I think you should really check him out. So I'll put a link to his channel, and actually I'll pin it in a comment so you can see it, and check him out. Check out what he did with the egg diet too. Pretty cool. Many different variations of this I have found. One of them is replace one of your meals each day with nothing but eggs. Sounds kind of easy to me. You know, breakfast, have eggs. I am not a gigantic fan of eggs, if I'm being totally and brutally honest with you, but they are an easy protein source. I'm going to take this to the next level, people. I'm going to eat nothing but eggs for all 3 meals, lunch, breakfast, dinner. Now, I do have snacks here and there because my caloric intake has to be so high. I'm pretty much sitting around 1900 calories a day, which yields me about a pound of weight loss a week, or is supposed to yield me about a pound of weight loss a week. Trying to lose weight at a slow pace. Look at this, guts getting a little smaller. So I'm gonna eat eggs for breakfast, eggs for lunch, eggs for dinner. Now, with that much protein, your carb intake is pretty low. I'm going to suggest something that is going to help your digestion, aka your poop. I have a shake with Metamucil, chia seeds, whatever you call them, and another seed. I forget what it is, but I throw it in there, and it really helps with digestion. Helps helps have a number 1 of a number 2. Yeah, I said it. Nobody talks about it. You don't want to be sitting in there praying to the Lord that your butt baby doesn't birth breech. You need some carbohydrate, fiber type stuff. Yeah. And let's get back to the eggs. That was my little public service announcement for you. You know what I mean? You don't want to be practicing the constipation proclamation. Anywho, the amount of eggs I have to eat to hit 1900 calories, well, let's say without the shake and snacks, it's probably going to be more like 1500 calories of eggs. That's a lot. At 60 calories an egg, it's 10 eggs is 600, 20 eggs is 1200. You get it. Another 5 eggs, that's a lot of eggs. What, 2 dozen eggs every single day, every day. So the easiest way for me to do that is to hard boil a bunch and just eat some hard boiled eggs for breakfast, probably some hard boiled eggs for lunch, and then I'll make them over easy, or scrambled for dinner. I like to put hot peppers in there too, give it a little bit of flavor, kind of break it up a little bit. This might sound gross to y'all, but it's pretty much almost no calories to add this. Whenever I eat a hard-boiled egg, I do mustards. So give it a little bit of a dip in mustard so you're not adding on any calories. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you some of this egg stuff. I currently I just weighed in today, 226. Losing off my gut and everything, I'm 226. I should probably get down to 200 at some point in time, but I am slowly taking off fat and also building muscle. So I'm on the marathon journey here, but I'm going to keep my caloric intake the same and just substitute everything with eggs, except a couple snacks. And that's only for digestive purposes. So about 1500 calories of my 1900 calorie diet is going to consist of eggs. Worst case, it's going to be about 1400 calories. So that should give you an idea of where I'm going to be. My total caloric intake is going to be 500 less than my maintenance calories. How do you figure out your BMR and all that fun stuff? There's many different formulas on the interwebs. You could also use MyFitnessPal and use the free version and just calculate the amount of calories you need to maintain your current body weight. Mine is like, it's just changed because I just dropped a couple pounds, but it's like 2,300 and something, or pretty close to 2,400. So minus that, I'm actually like 1,800 and some calories. That just rounded it up to 19 for this video, but you get the idea. 500 calories less than my maintenance will give me a weight loss, or should yield 1 pound a week of weight loss. And again, I'm at a marathon pace here. I'm looking at losing fat, but also losing the least amount of muscle possible, while also building muscle. So I am going to show some egg stuff, but at the end of this week, I am also going to weigh in. Today's Sunday, I'm gonna weigh in next Sunday and let you know what happened when I substituted breakfast, lunch, and dinner with nothing but eggs. What did that yield me? Maybe it's not gonna yield me anything. Maybe it's gonna be a waste of my time. Maybe it's gonna be the worst experience of my life for a week. I have no idea. Stay tuned to find out. Here's a sample of my lunch on Almighty Egg Week. It's gonna be 8 eggs. I'm gonna scramble them and throw some of these hot peppers in there. But yeah, gonna crack 8, cook them up, and that's lunch. 8 eggs. You need to eat a lot of eggs when you're on this egg diet. Look at all them yolks, man. About to mix them up. Throw some hot peppers in there, scramble them up, show you the finished product. This, my friends, is what 8 scrambled eggs look like, with some fresh hot peppers from the garden. So, as you can see, that's a good amount of eggs. I'm trying to get a little perspective here. That's a nice mountain of eggs, if you will. That's just an example of a lunch. I'll spread a few more examples throughout the video. Don't want to overwhelm you and bore you to death. I can't talk. But yeah, 8 eggs. Have at it. And for a snack, you got to throw some salad in there. Get a little roughage. Take a break from all these eggs. I'm going to tell you, it's getting a little overwhelming, if I'm being totally honest. Eggs everywhere. Gonna hard boil some of these bad boys. Probably eat 8 to 10 of them for lunch. Lots of eggs, lots of eggs. There you go. Eggs. Here's a little tip when you hard boil eggs, which these are almost done. Get yourself a bowl of ice. As soon as they're done, take them out, put them in that water. And then I also, once they're cool enough for me to touch and mess with, I crack them and remove the shells, and then I put them in Ziploc bags or a big Ziploc bag. It just makes life easier. I have found that when I leave the shell on, put them in the fridge, that that shell tightens up, and sometimes it's okay to get off, but sometimes it's almost impossible to take that shell off, at least for me, without destroying most of the egg. So I found this to be a useful tip. Hope it helps. Lunch is served. 8 eggs, a little bit of mustard for flavor. There you have it. Hey, what are we eating today? Eggs. This time I'm eating 7. This amount of eggs every day is a bit much. Just gonna be honest. I'm gonna do a little bit of review at the end here, but this will be my last egg meal before weigh-in tomorrow. And I don't know how many of these meals I'm gonna put in there because I don't wanna overwhelm anyone with boredom. But yeah, lots of eggs. I throw some mustard in there, add a little flavy flav, drink lots of water. That's pretty much my regiment. Egg week, it's over, finally. I don't hate eggs. I don't love them either, so there's that. 3 meals a day of eggs, 7 times, so 21 meals of just eggs for an entire week. Breakfast, eggs, lunch, eggs, dinner, eggs. That was my life for this week. Weighed in at the beginning on Sunday, weighed in again on Sunday. What were my results? Well, before we see that, talk about that. Pros and cons. Pros, easy. Especially if you hard boil them. Eggs really aren't that hard to cook, but I mean, if you hard boil a bunch of eggs, which I did, it's pretty easy. Just grab a bunch out of a bag for breakfast, grab a bunch out of a bag for lunch, dinner, whatever, however you want to do it. Cons. It's a lot of repetition. My wife told me if I did eggs again for a week that I had to move out due to gaseous, noxious vapors that were emitted from various orifices. Yeah, and it's a little rough on the stomach overall. The first 3 days, I would say, it was like my stomach was a bit much, a little on the verge of a tummy ache, but that subsided. For snacks, I threw in things like vegetables and a little bit of carbohydrates, and I threw in some flax seeds, so some chia seeds, and some Metamucil, just so I could keep my digestive system functioning properly with all that protein. Yeah, so take all that into consideration when you're doing this. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's an easy diet. I don't think it's sustainable, but it's not hard to follow. So what were my results? I weighed in 226. I weighed in again, 221. I lost 5 pounds. Now, it's also important for me to tell you, I'm a couple months into this fitness routine I'm in. It's basically a change of lifestyle. I'm changing my diet to fit what I need. And right now I am eating 500 calories less than what it takes to maintain my body weight, which should yield a pound per week. It doesn't always yield a pound per week. Sometimes it's different, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Sometimes it's right on point, but typically, especially the past couple weeks here, it's been like a pound or 2. So losing 5 is pretty significant after you've already been losing weight. Now, if it was your first week and you hadn't lost any weight and you hadn't done any weight loss stuff before and you start this egg diet, you're probably gonna drop a decent chunk pretty easy because it's high protein, low carbs. And I kept my caloric intake the same, even though it was just all eggs. So normally I have to eat approximately 2,400 or so calories just to maintain my weight. So I eat approximately 1,900 calories to lose a pound per week. For exercise, I do not do cardio, or at least I'm not doing any cardio at this moment. Didn't do any cardio during the egg week. And I do lift 4 times a week. Sessions run between 45 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes, just kind of depending. I do each body part once a week. So to give you an idea, like Monday would be back, Tuesday would be shoulders, Wednesday would be chest, Thursday would be arms. And I'm not doing legs right at this moment. I'm throwing calves in there too, but I'm having a knee issue. So I'm waiting for that to clear up, and then I'll probably split the arms back up to put biceps into back day and triceps into chest day, and then have legs have their own day, or I'll sprinkle them in there somewhere. But anyways, that's my routine. I'm only saying that so you know what I do, which you can kind of relate to the results I've got. So, lost 5 pounds, ate a bunch of eggs. Reasonable, sure. Sustainable, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, maybe. It's probably, it's the same as just really running a high protein diet. It's just eggs. I don't know how your cholesterol would be after a couple months eating nothing but eggs, but I mean, if you went egg whites, you'd probably be really safe. I did the whole egg, just, I didn't want to get into it. It's an egg diet, so I ate the entire egg, and that's where I am. That's where I am, people. check it out. I also have a video where I'm going to be posting up soon on a nice, sweet, low-calorie, high-protein dessert. Stay tuned.